I'm Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel. Growing up, I felt really invisible. I felt a little bit like an ugly duckling, and a lot of women my age have grown up feeling this way. They've grown up feeling unwanted, not chosen, and I think when you get in that mindset, you really just believe it with your whole heart. You believe that you're not attractive in any sort of way. You believe that you're not pretty. And so therefore, it just kind of reflects in your life. And that's what happened to me for a really long time. I honestly didn't even start dating until the end of college because I felt so invisible and like, why would anyone pay attention to me? And I genuinely believed that there was not really anything you could do about it, right? Like, you can't help if you have good genes and you're beautiful, or if you have bad genes and you're just like not really that attractive. I really believed that until I met this one person. Now, when I was in college and high school, I was a super depressed young girl, and I was honestly going through a lot at that time. So I was really just in my own world. I was like this until I met Ryan. Now, Ryan was just a guy at work. He was nothing special, but in the middle of one of my biggest spirals, I was just kind of ignoring everyone at work, and in the middle of that, he just kind of shouts at me like, "Hey, Caitlin." And at the time, I didn't know who this person was. Like, I was like, "You know my name? Who are you?" I was just confused. I was like, "Hey," and he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Why are you talking to me?" I was so confused. But over time, our interactions would continue. This man would start pranking me and like just would do things to make me laugh, saying like the most outlandish things. It really kind of got me out of my depressive episode a little bit because I would like look forward to our interactions. And so then that's when I started developing a little crush. Well, crushing on him was actually a lot of fun. I love a good crush, but I learned so much from him as a person. And one of the things I learned was all the ways in which I felt ugly or not good enough weren't even true. They were just in my head. Now, I didn't learn this because he was flirting with me and all of a sudden I had this epiphany that actually I was attractive and I was the swan all along. No, I did not learn that. I think what I learned from the situation is that attractiveness is about energy. It's about aura. It's not about how you look. It's how you own how you look. Because at the end of the day, Ryan was just an average guy. There was nothing inherently special about the way he looked. He wasn't even really that attractive. Some would say he was maybe even a little ugly. But I thought he was the most attractive person I had ever met. I thought he was so sexy. Now, when I was younger, I really looked up to him because it changed my perspective so much on what I found attractive, the types of people I should look for, and how I viewed myself, because I started realizing that attractiveness wasn't about how you physically looked, it's how you feel about yourself. Ryan was not an attractive person, but he felt good about himself every day. He felt attractive, and so therefore he was. Attractiveness is just an energy that we can all tap into to make ourselves more appealing. It's not who you are and it's not who you're not. It is just something that we can all tap into. Anytime we go on a date, we can be a little extra flirty. You know, if we're feeling good about ourselves, we come across as a little bit more attractive. You know, there's a reason that women like to put on makeup and do the hair, because when they feel attractive, they are more attractive. I think a big part of tapping into this energy of being more attractive is, first of all, being like present with your body and not rejecting it and just accepting it for how it is. Realizing that we're all human, so therefore we all have flaws, and sometimes your flaws make you more attractive. So if you want to actually accept yourself and use what you have to work for for you and not against you. And I think when you do that, you can tap into this energy of being attractive. On the other hand, there's a reason that plastic surgery is so controversial, right? There are some people who really think that plastic surgery makes you more attractive. And then there's other people that feel like plastic surgery makes people really unattractive. Once you have the plastic surgery, do you feel better about yourself? Do you feel more attractive? Or do you still feel the same way inside? And so therefore you have to keep getting more plastic surgery until you don't even look like yourself. So I think when you're asking yourself the question of, should I get plastic surgery or not? You have to realize why you're doing it and if it's actually going to make you feel better. Again, it's all about how you feel on the inside. It's all about how you feel about yourself. Yes, plastic surgery can help you become more physically beautiful, but at the same time, it can also make you more physically uglier if you're not doing the inner work to feel better about yourself. And I think that a lot of the time people talk about finding love out here in the world, and in order to do that, you need to love yourself first. Well, it's the same thing about being attractive. If you want to be an attractive person, you have to accept yourself and you have to feel like you are an attractive person. I promise you, once you start accepting yourself, everything on your outside world changes and people just look at you differently. Feeling like an attractive person is the secret that makes you really magnetic. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give a thumbs up if you liked this content, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!